Hi everyone, my name's Neil. I'm the CEO of ramptshirts.com. We're a website that makes it super easy for you to get great quality merchandise for your teams or your events. We're really big fans of the Publer platform, so I'm here with the Publer team today. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how we use it to schedule our social media. We have a distributed team across UK and Bulgaria, so we find it really good to have a platform that all of us can use and just schedule our social media, having this virtual superhero in Publer to make it easy for us. So I'm quickly going to tell you a few things I love about the platform, and then we're going to dive into how I use it. So firstly, it allows you to schedule across multiple social networks. You'd expect that. But it can do things like customizing the post based on the social network. So if you're posting to more than, if you're posting to Facebook, you want more photos, you want shorter text. For Twitter, you can do that, and obviously you don't want to be using loads of emojis on LinkedIn, so you can customize those posts for different social networks. You can schedule more than one post at once using CSV files. So we use this quite a lot. You upload a CSV file just to make it really, really easy to, you can have a bunch of stuff all scheduled all in one go, so you don't have to individually type them out. And you can manually set those times for those posts, but you can also let Publer schedule them based on a preset time that you prefer to post. So you can say, look, we only want to post between 1 and 3 p.m. in the afternoons, and Publer will just post in those times for you. One thing that we think is fantastic and we've not seen anybody else do is professional quality watermarking automatically on your photos and videos. So you upload a photo, you upload a video, and it automatically places a watermark on your video, and that just makes things really, really look really good for you. Just makes the whole thing just look more professional, and it means that obviously if it's shared across the internet anywhere else, then you get the credit for it. We also like the fact that it can append a signature to the end of every social media post. So if you have particular hashtags that you use in every post, or a particular URL or email address that you want to use every single time, rather than having to type it out every single time, Publer does that for you. It's just automatically added to the end of every post. Team collaborations, like I say, we use Publer across, we have various people across Europe, so it's really, really useful for us to have access for different people, and they all have, you can set admin levels for each one. You can set it so that they have just access to a particular platform. So if you only want one person able to upload to your LinkedIn, then they will only have access to that. All those kind of very, very customizable admin approval levels, which we find incredibly useful. And then the analytics, it's a new feature. It's really, really useful just to be able to see what's happening with how many people have clicked, how many people have viewed any particular social media post, how it's performing across different platforms. That obviously helps you decide which resources to devote to which platforms. So that's incredibly useful. Recommend checking that out as soon as you can. And then obviously just the pricing. The pricing is really, really good. Works for us. It's flexible. And as a startup, whether you're bootstrapping or whether you're massively well funded, you really want to be able to flex that pricing depending on your needs any given month, and we're really, really, really big fans of it. So let's have a quick look at the platform. I hope that was useful, and let's dive straight in. So here's where we're going to look at adding your social accounts to Publer. So if we have a quick look here, this is basically what you'll see when you sign in. You'll notice on the right here we have ramptshirts.com, so we've got my Facebook account in here. You'll obviously see my face up here, which is my personal login, but this is the Facebook account for ramptshirts.com. So this is where you want to add an account. Right, so what we're going to do here is you can see here you can add a page or a group in Facebook. Instagram coming soon, as you'll see. I'm also told that Google My Business might be coming soon as well. LinkedIn, obviously, and Twitter. So we're going to add Twitter here. So I'm going to click on Profile, Add Twitter. Type ramptshirts.com, ramp t-shirts. That's right. And we're in. So head back to accounts. So once you have everything signed in and you can go here and you can click on either delete here or edit here. So if you let's click on edit, and you can see here, which we'll go into shortly, you've got stuff like posting schedule, watermarks, URL settings, all the stuff that you're going to need for each, personalizing and making each individual social network have its own particular qualities. Obviously, you might just want to just post the same thing across all different social networks, but actually if you want to personalize the way you use your social media according to the social network you're posting on, this is incredibly useful. So we'll have a look at that very shortly. Right, so now we're going to look at the posting schedule part of Publer, which is incredibly useful. Here we are on the accounts page. Obviously, you've got Twitter, Facebook, you might have your LinkedIn, all sorts of stuff here. So I'm going to click here on the ramptshirts.com Facebook page. You can either click on the little edit icon here or just click on the main bit. And what you have here is obviously some useful basic stuff around reauthorizing and that kind of thing. So we're just going to click on posting schedule here. So what comes up? You can set a posting schedule very, very easily. So, for example, you only want to post in the afternoons. So create a time slot. Let's just change this to 2 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is really, really useful if you want to be able to any Facebook post you want. For example, you only post links on Monday to Wednesday, and on Thursdays and Fridays you post more videos, memes, pictures. Then you can specify exactly what type of post gets posted in that schedule. So, for example, let's say on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays in the afternoon, I only want to post photos. So what will happen now? You can create labels for finding stuff and for scheduling stuff, but if, for example, when I create a photo on a Thursday afternoon, it will only post at the next available time that a photo time slot is available, and that would be 2 p.m. on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Simply click create. Then let's say next time we only want to post, you can literally just put any. If you don't care about this stuff, just click any. But Friday is the only time we post videos, because we post videos of cats or whatever it is. Then you type cats in there, click, there we go, great. So here you can see your week kind of populating. Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays are photos. You can see the little icons there for photos, and Fridays is videos. And you can have as many of these as you want, and it will just post at the earliest available slot for the particular thing you've chosen. Many people just choose any because they're not that specific. They just want it to post at a particular time. But if you have a very, very tight social media scheduling platform timeline and a particular way of posting stuff, this is really, really useful. Great, and let's move on to the next thing, which is watermarks. Let's say, for example, you want to add watermarks to any images that you have, and also just protect your media on the internet. For each social account, you can create up to 10 different watermarks that can be added to your post, and every time you post them, your watermark will appear on them. Really, really simple. Go to your particular social network, click on watermarks, click on the big plus sign, find your the logo you want to add. There we go. So we've got the Ramp T-shirts logo here. And then you can just position it where you would want it to appear on any given thing. So I'm going to call this Ramp logo. You can change the opacity of it, which is great, because if you just want something subtle, or maybe you want something super subtle but right in the middle so nobody can steal it, then you can put it there. Or you can have it a little bit darker and more obvious in the top right or the bottom left. You can make it your default watermark here, which is obviously something that will be useful if you just want to, not if you have more than one. You can make it smaller or bigger. If you want something really super big or right obvious, there we go. And then click create, and that's it. It's done. So we'll talk shortly about how you can add that to any given post. So let's say, for example, that you want to add a signature to every single post or to any given post. Obviously, this is just like on an email. If you just want to have a particular URL, email address, phone number, hashtags that is posted on any post you make on a social network, this is really, really useful. So you just go to the account, click on signatures. So I've gone into our Facebook account. Let's say I'm going to call this usual signature, and every time I post or every time I select to have the signature used, it's going to have www.ramptshirts.com, and this is just going to save me typing this out in every single post. It will just automatically appear. Great merch, hashtag great merch, hashtag Neil is great, because obviously I use that on all my social media posts. And then maybe just, so there we go. So that's really, really simple. You just do that. You can have up to 10 of those. You can make it the default one. You can apply it to captions in multi-photo posts, which we'll talk about a bit later on. And then you click create. And there we go. So it's just there. You can edit these as they appear, or you can delete them. Really, really simple text editor there that just works simply and effectively. And that's that. Okay, so any good social media manager is measuring the effect of their social media posts and whether they're bringing you revenue or bringing you clicks or whatever it is that you're measuring. And that's obviously really important. So we're going to have a quick look now about how you can use Google Analytics or Bitly, or for tracking those links across the web and seeing how they're performing. So here we are on our accounts page. Click here, go to URL settings, and here we are. Right. So if you've used any kind of Google Analytics or UTM stuff previously, this stuff will be super simple for you. Click on Google Analytics here. This is defined obviously FB page. For Facebook, obviously if you go into your Twitter, this will be different. The campaign, so it's using Publer, and then the medium ramptshirts.com, right? Also up here you can attach your Bitly or your Rebrandly accounts. So you just click here to connect as you would typical sort of OAuth connection, and then shorten any link here. So it just allows you to shorten links in particular posts, either any link or just those where you post a link. And again, if you want to define them yourself, you're not using Google Analytics and you want to call this something else, you just type in here, and that will just be defined purely by your variables rather than Google Analytics variables. But obviously, I would assume that most people will be using these variables. Yeah, that's really simple, and we use that a lot. It's just great to see how different things lead to different types of posts on different platforms, different networks lead to different type of results, and it's really helped us shape whether we post images or videos at particular times of day or on particular platforms. We know that videos work much better on Facebook than Twitter, for example. Yeah, so that's really, really simple, and I'd recommend making sure you connect all this stuff up if you're a data-driven company, which I think every company should be these days. Okay, so I'm going to very quickly take you through two really, really useful things that we use with Publer. One is watermarking your media, photos or videos, and the other one is the signatures. We've talked previously about how you set those up. Really, really simple. They're just in your accounts page. Really simple to find, so just head to accounts and it'll be obvious how you do that. And this is how we actually use them. So, right, so we're in the create post page. So let's just say I type something there interesting that's going to be posted on Facebook. Find the media, it could be photo or video. Now you'll see here there's a media options button, so you click on that. You can select watermark. Now for this I'm going to select the ramp logo watermark, so I want the ramptshirts.com logo on all our images. And then on the right here there's a preview option. Now this positioning of this watermark is the default that you set in earlier in the settings, but actually you can change this however you want. So for this photo that's not particularly relevant. Maybe I want it to be a little bit more opaque, so I'm going to add this here, and then down the bottom here, that's it. Really, really simple. Works just as you'd expect it to. Click schedule, and then you go through the scheduling process. The other thing you can do is use a signature. So if you click on the pen icon here, you can see no signature or usual signature, which was what I called our usual signature. So select that. Again, you've got the preview button here that shows you what that signature is. It's ramp t-shirts, all the stuff that I want to put in every single post, or have the option to put in a post. Click on save, and again, schedule or post accordingly, and that's it. So you can have a nice watermarked image with your standard hashtags or URL or email address or phone number, whatever it is that you want to post. It just saves loads of time doing that manually. You can do it in 30 seconds instead of taking 20 minutes having to do this all manually. And really, really simple. We love this functionality. Okay, so let's get into the scheduling part of Publer. It's really, really easy and allows you to schedule across multiple social networks simultaneously, so it makes life really, really easy for you. So here you can see you're on your create page in your account. You simply click here to the right which social network you want to post to, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. I'm going to post on both Facebook and Twitter. There's a bunch of stuff I'm going to write on my Facebook here. I'm just going to put anything in. Obviously on Twitter you might want to be a bit shorter. You want to put slightly different content in, so just do this. So what we're going to look at first is how to manually schedule your post. Right, so once you've done this, you can either click post and that'll post immediately, or you can click schedule. So here's your three main options. You can either manually post, you can auto schedule it to post for you, or you can have a recurring post, and we'll go through these in turn. So manually, super simple. You literally just select, you'll understand this immediately. You simply select a date, a time, and click schedule. So let's say I want to post on the 23rd of November, click schedule, and that's it. The post is now scheduled. You'll see it's just creating that schedule for you, and those two posts will go out on those social media at that time. Now we're going to look at how to use the auto scheduling function, which I think for most of you will be really, really useful. So here we go. We've just selected the Facebook page here on the right. We're just going to type something in here. Click schedule. You'll either have the three options pop up or change mode down here. So this is in manual mode, as we've just looked at the manual mode. Change mode. So I'm going to go to auto schedule here. Click on auto schedule, and as you'll probably remember, you can choose what type of posts go at which particular time. So it might be that you only want images posted at 3 PM or in the afternoon, or it might be that you only want videos posted on a Friday afternoon, or you only want links posted on a Saturday morning. So you choose your label from here. So obviously we created one about cats earlier. Just going to click select label here, no label, schedule, and that's it. That's scheduled, and that will be scheduled that will go at the first point at which a schedule is created for that particular type of post. Now in this case this was for anything, so this would just go at the next available slot for that type of post. But if it had been a video and we'd only set for videos to go on Saturday mornings, it would go on a Saturday morning. If we'd uploaded an image and we'd selected for images to only be posted on Monday or Tuesday afternoons, it would go on a Monday or Tuesday afternoon. So that level of customizability is fantastic for us. Okay, so now we're on to the third different way in which you can schedule posts with Publer, and we use this quite a lot. It's the recurring element. So it might be that you have a sale coming on, so let's say it's leading up to Christmas, and you want to post once a day, once a week, once a month in the period running up to that to get people, and you only want to create the post once and just have it go out every Friday morning or whatever that is. So you come here, you're in create post here, click, so you type something into the create thing here. So let's just say we want to post a picture. Let's select an image. So we have a nice image of a t-shirt here. We want to sell these every day until Christmas. Or we want to post about this every day and for the next month or every week. Click on schedule. You'll notice here at the top it says auto schedule. That's because we're in auto schedule mode, so we want to change that mode to recurring. And and here we can select the time period. So Friday the 9th of November until let's say 7th December until 21st of December, and we want to post every day or every week or even every month, every year. Let's say I want to post every day at 1:56 p.m. that image. Great. Click on schedule, and you'll notice there it's done. Successfully scheduled there at the top. Everyone always has the feeling that creating social media posts is kind of awkward because you have to do lots and lots of stuff individually, and we've seen how the auto scheduling can help with that. But say, for example, you wanted to create 5, 10, 20, 100 posts at once. Publer really helps with that. They have bulk scheduling functionality. So let's have a quick look at how this works. So I'm just going to type something in here, and then you add another one here. So what this is basically doing is you are creating manually new posts every time, right? So you can just do this. So if you want to spend like 5-10 minutes, just sit down and write out a bunch of posts about your company or different things, you can just do that, right? Now what you'll notice is underneath each one of these, there is an auto thing which basically symbolizes or lets you know, notifies you that it's automatically going to schedule the post according to the post type. You'll remember that obviously you can set schedules for photos or videos, different types of posts, and they will be posted according to the particular schedule for that type of post. So if I created an image post here, let's just add a random photo. It would just do that. This is just going to be a text post. I can make this a video post or whatever, right? So, and that's fine. So you can sit down for 5-10 minutes and just knock out a load of different social media posts, and they would all post according to the preset schedule. So I'm going to click schedule now, and that's done. So there, effectively, in the space of a few minutes, I can create 3-4 different posts. So that's great. So you can sit down on a Monday morning, do the whole week in the space of 10-15 minutes, and that would be really useful. The second way in which you can bulk schedule stuff with Publer is this bulk button here. So let's say, for example, you'd organised a big event and you wanted to post a photo from that event every day for the following 10 days. Instead of having to create individual posts, you click here on bulk. You have an option here. You can either upload external URLs or select or drag and drop media. So I'm just going to select all these images in my folder now, open. And actually, what you'll see here is each one of these is created as a separate post. So I can either just let them post automatically every day according to schedule, or I can write something unique about each one in each of these posts, and they'll all go out separately. One thing that you'll notice is under each post here it says auto. That means by default they will auto schedule, so they won't post on top of each other. They'll post according to the type of post they are. You'll remember that you can you can set a schedule for image types of posts, video types of posts, links or whatever. So they will go out according to the type of post that they are. But if you click on auto, you can also change the mode. So you might want to manually schedule this. So you might say, this is a photo of someone at a party, so we want that to go out on a Friday afternoon. Okay, great, we want it to go out Friday the 7th of December. Let's say you want it to go out at that time there. And that's fine, you just click save, and that's done. You can manually schedule that there. So just click on that auto button. You can also use the clear option here. You can delete any post that you decide you don't want to have in there, or yeah, that's really simple. So I'm just going to go in there, edit that, decide I don't want that particular post in there, delete that, and then schedule. Super simple. So for some of you, you might find it actually easier to create your social media posts in a CSV file. So actually, if you're auto-creating hundreds or even thousands of different posts over a period of time, for some of you, this automation is going to be incredibly useful. So what we're going to do here, we'll click on this CSV file, CSV button, which means we're going to be able to upload a CSV file. So you can select or drag and drop your CSV here, but firstly what we're going to have a quick look at is there are two options here. Download, so this downloads a completely blank CSV template that you can use. But first of all, we're going to have a look at View, which is an example template of the type of CSV file that Publer accepts. So you can make a copy of this and then download it as a CSV. That might just be the easiest thing to do. So this is obviously fairly self-explanatory, most of this. Really clever thing about Publer is this is the date column. If you leave this date column blank for any particular post, so you've got dates, you've got the message, link, media URL, title and label. So we'll cover these individually. But if you leave the date cell blank for a particular post, it will automatically just schedule it according to the next time that type of post is due to go. One thing that is even smarter than that is I can just type in next Friday at 2 p.m. and Publer will work out what that means and it will post it next Friday at 2 p.m, which is brilliant. So if you just want to quickly manually decide what time a particular post goes in and you don't want to kind of put all the numbers in, you just type in next Friday and it goes. It's great. So the message, this is just obviously the main text part of the message. The link, if of course you want a link, so there's a Publer link. If you have media URL, so you'll see this is a PNG, an image file. If you have more than one, you'll see these are separated by a comma. So just, you know, if you have like a bunch of images hosted online, Amazon, you know, your website, whatever, just type in, you know, copy and paste in the image URL, separate them with a comma, and they'll all be appended to that post. The title, the title column, this is just if you're creating an album. We won't go into that now. And then this is a label. So obviously this is useful, as we discussed briefly earlier, if you're just, you have particular types of labels you want to assign to particular types of posts, partly for finding them and scheduling them easily in the future. And that's it. So you could just use this template here. Like I say, there's the download button here, which is a completely blank template. But this one here that's on Google Docs just is formatted so you can quickly and easily see how it can be used. I'd probably recommend using this to begin with until you get used to it. And then just, you know, make a copy of this, populate it with as much stuff as you want, hundreds of lines, and then download it as a CSV. And then that's it. Then you just drag and drop the CSV. And here we have it. So you'll see that basically all the different types of posts that we created in that CSV file example we saw just before posted. You'll remember the one that said post next Friday at 2 p.m. Interestingly, there we go, Friday, November 16th at 2 p.m. One thing that's really clever is the video functionality. You'll remember from the CSV it's actually a YouTube link. Actually what that does is it downloads the YouTube link so that it can post it natively into your Twitter or Facebook feed. So Facebook and Twitter actually reward that stuff as well, so you'll get more views on your post because it's posted natively and not just as a YouTube link. Yeah, so there we go, and again you can make any little edits you want to the scheduling if you change your mind about something, or you know you just need to change some text here, fine. You might want to delete a post, so just click delete here. That's all done, and then click schedule. And so the fourth and final option for bulk scheduling with Publer is using an RSS feed. Now many of you will have blog posts that have an RSS feed, so if you just want to post directly from that instead of manually creating a post for each of your a social media post for each of your blog posts, you can just pull it in from the RSS feed. So this is super simple. You're on your create page here. As for all the other stuff, you click RSS, you post your RSS feed in here. You can either import all posts, the last 5 posts, so we just do that. Now here is the option, the link title, so the title of your blog post might be Ramp T-shirts is useful. This we can pull in Publer's RSS feed here, or you can use the link description. That's fine if you've got Facebook because you've got more space, but maybe for Twitter you probably just want the link titles. You can do both if you've got plenty of space in whichever social network you're using. So click import, wait a few seconds, that'll import that then from the RSS feed that you've posted in there. And then here we are. So As usual, you've got the auto under here, which means it will automatically schedule each of these posts. You can obviously change those, manual times as usual. But if we go back, we have a quick look. This is a blog post that was posted on Publer recently, talking about longer video support for Twitter. This is how to mention other Twitter pages. So and it's automatically pulled in the media as well as the title of the post as expected. All really automatic. Now, the automatically pulling in RSS feeds for new posts isn't quite supported yet. That's coming very soon. But for now, you can just very quickly and simply click the button and import the latest post or the latest 5 posts or the latest 10 posts, and they will automatically be scheduled, or you can change them to a manual schedule. Click schedule, and it's all done. Okay, so we've gone through a bunch of different ways you can create and schedule posts with Publer. But obviously you want to be able to have a quick look at the timeline, see how things are looking. So if we go here, there's a posts option, and then you can see the timeline of everything. Obviously there's not a great deal of particularly interesting stuff, but you'll notice this one here. You can probably see the watermark that we created, and the signature is at the bottom there, which is fantastic. And then you'll notice there's a bunch of identical posts. You'll remember that we had a recurring post we were going to basically post at the same time every day until Christmas, and so these will go on for loads and loads of those. So you can either delete or publish immediately with these. You can click in here to edit the text within the timeline, so you don't have to go into every single individual post, delete, publish, whatever. And then there's also the calendar view, so you can see which ones are scheduled, draft, posted or failed. And here's the calendar view, so you can see actually how well populated your social media calendar is. Obviously there's not a lot in November, but as we go into December, you'll see those recurring daily posts for the sale we were running in up to Christmas. And then obviously you can by week or by day, so you can really break it down and see exactly how well populated your social media schedule is, and so you're not overloading things, or you're not like too many gaps. It's sometimes easy to lose track of this, and so this functionality just really makes it easy for you to just at a glance see exactly what you need to see. And yeah, that's the post view bit. Obviously, occasionally there'll be things you want to check out about the stuff that you've posted in the past, or which stuff is drafts and which stuff hasn't been posted. So there's some photos of my lunch, that's where all the posts are held. So that will always be available to you anytime. You can have a very quick look. Okay, so as I mentioned, rampttshirts.com has quite a distributed team. We've got people all over Europe, so it's useful for us to have different access to various accounts. Publer's no different here, so we have multiple team members who use the platform, and I'm sure for most of you that will be useful as well. So I'm just going to click on Teams here, add team member. So all you do is you post their email address in here, whether you want them to be an admin or an editor. You decide which social accounts you want them to have access to. This option here, post as themselves or owner, is really useful and worth understanding. So if they post as the owner, that will automatically post as the admin of the page. However, if they post as themselves, that means they have to already be an admin of the page. So this is really useful if you have freelancers who do your social media for you, and you don't want to give them admin account access to the page itself, but you do want them to be able to post through Publer. So for example, you can choose whether owner or themselves, and you can also, if we go back here and change this to editor, you can also decide whether they have full posting access, which means they can post without asking for your approval, or they need approval, which means that you, as the admin, would be able to go through the posts that they've created and scheduled and decide whether you're happy with them to be posted. Again, owner or themselves, and usual kind of thing here, remove. So if you just need to get rid of someone from your team, you can quickly do that. That's all fairly self-explanatory, nice and simple to set up, and you can really customize the basically what people are allowed to do, when they're allowed to do it, and how they post and whether it needs your approval or not. Really, really easy. Click add, and he'll receive an email letting him know. Okay, so now we're going to look at the new analytics functionality. We've been loving this, it's fantastic. So just your main page here, you click on analytics. This top panel shows you how many accounts, how many members. That's just really team analytics, but it gets really useful when you scroll down a little bit. So start to have a look at how many posts have been scheduled over the course of the week, over the course of the month, the last month, or what's coming up this month. So you can see all these different posts that have been scheduled. But if you want to view the insights for the individual social networks, you go to the top right here. So this will be where your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever is up here. So here we can see on this page the different social networks. So you can choose Facebook or Twitter or whatever the social network is that you want to have the unique insights for. So here we go, rampttshirts.com or whatever your company is called, and then your number of scheduled posts, published posts, and failed posts. And obviously you can change that by week, by month, or whether it's just today. And then you scroll down and you can see once a day these insights are going to be updated, and you can see how many page likes you have, how many people are talking about your page, the post reach, post engagement, which we'll come on to in a second, but basically that's just reactions, comments, shares, post likes, that kind of thing. Number of clicks, number of views on videos. Here's a graph basically just updating you on the amount of posts and scheduled posts you've made. And then again, daily updates here. There's lots and lots of detail you can dig into here. So for each individual post, you can either click on the post's title, and it will take you to a preview of that particular post. And if you go across to reach, that's basically how many people were reached, fairly clear there. And then the engagement column. Now, obviously, this is a mix of everything from reactions, comments, clicks, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, video views if it's a video. And then if you wanted to reshare that post, if it's performed particularly well or poorly in fact, and you wanted to try and boost it, just click on share and you can go straight back into social network to share it again. And then if you want to go directly to the platform on which it was shared, i.e. literally go to facebook.com or twitter.com and see your post directly in that page, then you can click on this little view icon here to the right. But everything is here, all the data you need to really understand whether the type of posts that you're creating are having an impact and driving the right type of traffic and the right type of revenue for you. And on top of that, one thing that's really useful, if you just want a kind of bird's eye view of if you're not literally doing it yourself, you want to get an understanding of what is happening with your social platforms and your social posts. If you go to your icon at the top right hand corner of your personal login, you click on settings and you'll see notifications. Click on notifications there, and you can then basically have either a weekly or a daily report sent to you on which of your best performing social posts. And obviously, if you're a social media manager, you're going to want that every single day because you want to stay right on top of what's happening with your social content. Maybe if you're a CEO, you just want a rough general idea, and so you can have that email delivered to you once a week. But I personally love to get the daily updates, and that's really, really useful for us. Okay, and so obviously the thing that all of us startup entrepreneurs care about is pricing, like how much is this going to cost me? One thing I kind of adore about Publer, and I've never really seen on any other kind of platform, is just the flexibility of the way they operate. So if you click at the top of the page here, plans and pricing, you can actually see number of social accounts and additional team members. These are the two main variables here. So you'll notice that you get 5 free social accounts and just yourself, a single user, for free. But actually, if you want to add more stuff, 6 social accounts, 1 additional user, you can really see that how the prices change. I mean, I've never really seen a platform give you this amount of flexibility in pricing. So it might be that actually you only want a couple of different social accounts, but you have lots and lots of members of your team. Or alternatively, you might have a whole bunch of different social accounts that you want to post to. And maybe if you're a freelance social media manager, it's only you, but you've got you're managing social posts for 20, 30 different companies. Then, so you can really change that pricing accordingly. It's incredibly flexible. And then obviously if you scroll down, it gives you all the different things that come free and all the different things that are on the different payment plans. Stuff like recurring posts and multi-photo posts and all that. I was speaking to the team earlier, they're obviously very resource consuming, so they're kind of a bit more of a premium service, but you can really totally change the price according to your needs. You're not really forced into paying for something you're not going to use. There's so many platforms I've used over the years, you kind of have to upgrade to the next level, but kind of feel like you're paying for something that a company much bigger than you needs. With this, you can really flexibly change how much you pay and what you get for what you pay. We love that about Publer. So that's the pricing. Any questions, you can hit Publer up on their contact page. They will be happy to help.